Alright, so, hey guys, it's Kula. Um, I am a huge Deltarune fan, and I saw that the Off remake just came out, and I was wanting to give it a try, and I was wanting to record it and maybe, like, upload a Let's Play or something. So, let's try it. So yeah, I bought it yesterday. Um, I am going in almost completely blind, other than the fact that I watched that one Fennec and Fox video. Um, I did play about like 3 or 4 minutes to test to make sure that the game was working well, because you always want to test games that you buy. Um, and pretty much got me to like halfway through the combat tutorial. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. It is possible that certain scenes in this game may prove shocking to an unwarned public, or maybe not. Hopefully we don't have the judge killing himself or something, like Sayori. Um, so, I think this is like one shot where you would want to put in your real name. I'm not gonna put in my real name because I don't want anybody online to know my real name, of course. So, for right now, it's gonna be Kula. And I'm a boy. More information, find the one called the Judge. You have been set in Zone 0. To move my body, use the left stick. To interact with the environment, use the A button. So I'm actually going to change the font to sans serif because I actually hate this font. So if you're a super fan, I don't really care. I'm gonna take a pause from recording, so if you get different audio, then that's why. I just need to check how the audio is doing. Alright, let's get back to it. I have footsteps in this game. That's something I was not expecting. So I guess this is Zone 0 and there's a creepy cat. It's the judge, from what I hear. Especially that Fennec and Fox video. It says, there can be no living beings in Zone 0. I deduce, therefore, that you are a figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the judge, and I am aching to know your name, my dear illusory interlocutor. Don't know what interlocutor means. Even though there was a gag about that in that one Andrew Cunningham video. I'm the batter. I've been entrusted with a sacred mission. Delighted, I'm sure, but I am not addressing the body, only the soul that it harbors. What is your name, controller? A Nintendo Switch Pro controller. His name is Kula. He can't talk to us. However, he can see and hear everything. I am the player. Although you are nothing more than an imaginary specter, I must say that I'm delighted to make your acquaintance as well, my dear Kula. I believe we need your help. Many people require my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in a most insistent manner. They adore that. That is what cats do. I'm not talking about that kind of help. I see, but what sort of service could I offer to an endoplasmic entity? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There's no objective more laudable, therefore I agree to serve as your guide through this place if I may be of any assistance. Thanks. Thanks. Just thanks. That's... just thanks for that. It's impossible to get around this obstacle. Why not just kick it like Alula does? Like, boop, you could kick it like Alula. Quite peculiar. Indeed. I think that code will come in handy later. I got a luck ticket. It recovers a moderate amount of HP. So that's your mushroom. Or your dark burger. Equivalent, I guess. Allow me to confess that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorical. I can't pronounce that. Phantasmagorical being. Might you in fact be a person of flesh and blood? I think so. He doesn't know whether he's a human. But I mean, if all I knew was the cat, and the cat was telling me that I wasn't a human, I suppose it would make sense. So I was mistaken from the first, and you did not even interrupt my fanciful soliloquizing. I must say this is really quite strange. You are the first living being I have ever met in this place. I had concluded, therefore, that Zone 0 was empty. It's all too obvious that I was mistaken. Now then, there are other zones. In those territories you may find yourself subject to the violent tensions of certain hostile individuals. Your sacred mission may well lead you to those places. Would you like me to acquaint you with the art of violent confrontation? It's the fight tutorial. Yep, combat tutorial. This is the battle screen. As you can see, you will find yourself placed on the right side of the screen. Meanwhile, your opponent, in this case your humble servant, will be placed on the left, positioned appropriately for single combat. This cat likes to use a lot of words. As battle begins, you will be given your first choice. You must decide between attack, defend, competence, and objects. So, objects are your toys. Naturally, attack allows you to engage your opponent in the classical manner. Now it is time to put theory into practice. Choose the word attack from the menu undulating. I learned that word undulating, like a while back, and then I started noticing it appear, like, everywhere. And again, that clip from the Andrew Cunningham video, rears its ugly head. It's not ugly. And then select my form to slay me with your bat. Excellent, my dear sportive companion. Remember that the impact of your assault is determined by the level of both the batter and his opponent. Your iron volition may result in the occasional critical strike. This will cause the teeth to fly in heaps, I am sure. When you're ready, strike again. It is also possible for you or your adversaries to slyly avoid the offensive moves you exchange. So, missing. Just as it is your goal to purify these specters, they wish to eliminate you. You may guard against such feeble attempts. Choose defend and protect yourself from one of my dastardly blows. Well, I can't if you just attack me first. Now once more, if you'd be so kind to prove your mastery of defense. Even the best sportsmen, I believe, are subject to the callous... Yeah, this is where I stopped when I was testing the game. Even the best sportsmen, I believe, are subject to the callous vicissitudes Yeah, this guy likes to use a lot of big words. Any judge should. The playing field. Do not fret. You can recover from these grievous injuries. Competence permits you to use one of your special talents. Objects grants you access to the inventory you are carrying. It's just toys from Omori. Now let us attempt to utilize an object. Take this luck ticket and graciously use it on the batter's person. Impeccable. Your mastery of battle borders on brilliancy, my friend. But there is one thing we have not yet addressed. I'm speaking, of course, of your competences. Speaking generally, there are special moves that trigger surprising effects. For example, a competence might trigger an unusually powerful attack or induce a resurgence of health points. In any case, you must remember that using a competence will incur some degree of competence cost. So I suggest you wield these skills with parsimony. I'm gonna edit this video, and I feel like I want to, for every big word, I want to just, like, flash a Google definition and a Vine boom or something. With competence costs exhausted, you will find heavy assaults impossible to carry out. And if by some mischance you cross swords with a more than worthy opponent before recovering it, victory will be uncertain at best. Now then, let us try one. Choose competence and then run with courage, a skill calibrated to brutalize your enemies. But what if I want to do wide angle? Let's do wide angle. A cryptic feline of odd appearance. Unable to detect type, no weaknesses. No, you really have not understood me at all. It makes sense to tear... It makes one tear one's hair out. It makes one tear one's hair out. That's good. I'll repeat myself. Open widely your ears. You didn't like that. It's a metal attack. Haha, now you have mastered not only this competence, but the very art of combat. You must remember that there is a cost to showing your steely resolve in this way. Your sacred mission will depend on your mastery of these abilities. The confrontation ends, theoretically, when the health points of you and your confreres, or those of your opponents, fall to 0. Do take care of your health if you are hoping to pursue a career in purification. Well, considering that's apparently my goal, I should probably do that. 50 XP and 10 CR. I'm assuming CR stands for credits, because I have played arcade games before. You're ready to dispose of all the impure obstacles standing between you and the success of your luminous mission. Provided that your intelligence is as advanced as your undeniable capacity for raining bad blows upon an innocent cat. You're not innocent, you were the one that engaged the combat tutorial. At all events, your training has not yet reached its end. Please do follow me if you would like my guidance a while longer. Okay, it appears combat is regular turn-based, so I'm just gonna change that back to the default. Can't believe I'm standing on a big block of cheese. That joke came from one of my good friends, and he saw me carrying the Sheikah Slate Nintendo Switch case, and he was like, why are there cheese pockets on this video game thing? He was referring to the little holes, and I never ever saw them as cheese before, and now I can't unsee it, and it just lives in my mind that those are just little things of cheese that you would get on food trays. Quite peculiar. Ah, yes, passing through here will require the careful operation of your cerebral apparatus. You know, the one bathing limply in your languid cranium. He's talking about your brain. I believe that these floating blocks correspond in some way or another to the symbols you see before you on the wall. It's a puzzle. I think the weather's nice outside. Well, thank you. That goes down... That goes upstairs. Can't interact with the ones on the right. Can't interact with the ones on the left. I think you have to do something to the blocks on the left and, like, maybe transport them like, swap them with the blocks on the right, but I'm honestly not sure. The music's good. That was a controversial aspect of the remake, was the fact that they, like, completely redid the soundtrack. Again, I'm completely unfamiliar with this game, so I don't know if the original soundtrack was good or what it was like, but, I do know that Toby Fox is on the, on the remake team for the soundtrack, and as any sane human does, I love Toby Fox's music, so not complaining. Also, according to that Finnegan Fox video, Papyrus's theme shows up at some point. I'm going to look up the solution. So the walkthrough says that, if I talk to the judge again, he'll explain the puzzle mechanics, but he doesn't seem quite inclined to do that. Oh, it's in a certain order. Because the numbers on the wall are lined up to the blocks. I would not have guessed that. There we go. Nothing a good bit of cheating can't help. There's 2 2s. I am confused. Is there a problem, charming hero? I can't do everything for you. I'm not your father, after all. But if I might offer you a suggestion, perhaps you could try to activate some of those floating blocks more than once if it proves necessary. Come now, solve this intriguing obstacle for me post-haste. I wish to rejoin the ground floor as soon as possible. Well, why don't you do it? If you want to go there as soon as possible. Okay, so both of those can be 2 at the same time. That does not make sense to me. Oh well. Just follow the walkthrough, I guess. Yeah, that puzzle made no sense to me whatsoever. I am now not filled with hope about the other puzzles in this game. And hopefully it's a situation like One Shot, where there's a couple of puzzles that make no sense to me, but the other puzzles do make sense. Am I going backwards? Okay, that takes you back up. Ahahaha! Finally, after all our exertions, the eagerly awaited recompense arrives upon the scene. Eating the cat food. Crunch nom nom crunch. Anyway, I'm gonna check the keypad. Double check the walkthrough just in case. See. There we go. And he's still eating. He says crunch nom nom crunch. Couldn't agree more. Now feast your eyes upon an accessory that will prove especially useful on your purifying quest, my enlightened student and sportive friend. It is a cube floating in the air, as you have no doubt noticed. Nevertheless, you will be able to distinguish it from its fellows by the tasteless contrasts forced upon your gaze by its clashing colors, which defy any sensible theory of the visual arts. I think it just said this game's art is bad. Do not judge it too quickly, however, for in spite of its questionable appearance, this red cube possesses an undeniable utility. In addition to restoring your health and competence points in their entirety, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a place of transition outside space itself where you could travel from one point to another at the speed of light. So, fast travel. Now I invite you to try it for yourself in order to discover regions more populous than this deserted place. Open your wings, my dear companion, and fly toward the zones ahead without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that will grip you. Okay. I like how the batter just responds in like one word or as simple of a response as you could do. Do not worry, I too travel widely across the zones of this world. I am certain we will meet again. Ah yes, by the by, take this. The curiously named item is the key that will grant you entry into Zone 1. Have I explained that you can at any moment examine yourself and your inventory by pressing plus? I feel like it should be X because in like every Japanese RPG, even like Suika game, in every like JRPG ever, it's X, but it's plus in this game. Unless we're counting Everhood 2, in which case, and Everhood 1, in which case the menu is both X and plus. I got the Leo card. Go on, I invite you to try activating the floating cube behind you. Not gonna let me backtrack, thank you. Health points and competence points completely restored. Save complete. Fine. That's just fine. I like that. It's not even okay or anything, it's just fine. Alright, let's return to the nothingness. Yep, this is an RPG Maker game. World map? I forgot to check. Yeah. Well, that's access to Zone 1. What? This right here says Zone 3. This right here says Zone 1. Yes. Oh, what happens if I try and enter Zone 3 first? It's impossible to enter. You need the adequate Zodiac card. Fair. I can save here as well. Save complete. Fine. You have a strange dialogue noise, good sir. Tramway 1 is a very convenient way to travel between all the different regions of Zone 1. I saw this, and I was thinking, oh, what does that say? That says Nestle? But it's like some of the letters are backwards and some of them are forwards. This game is very off. Oh, how funny. My destination is Damien? Is that like the name of the area? Or... yeah, I guess it really is the name of the area, just Damien. And what was the other one? Elson. Okay, so some of the letters are backwards and I can't tell what it's supposed to say, I guess. Colors are off. The colors are off on OBS. It should be much more yellow than it actually is. Unless that colors are off on my monitor. Tramway 2 hasn't run for a very long time. You sound like you were there when it did run, good sir. Oh, it's the Pokemon trainer. A visitor? Welcome to the smoke mines. May I ask who you are? Are you an inspector? No, I'm the batter. I've come to exterminate the impure spirits. The batter? The impure spirits? Are you some sort of prophet? Maybe a man of faith? I'm a man of faith. Yes, something like that. Oh good, the batter's Christian. This is canonical. Hey, who sent you? Nobody. I'm being led by Kua. Oh, I don't know him. He must be a part of senior management. In any case, that's good. That means they approved our requests. Come with me, I'll explain your assignment. You are in the smoke mines of Damien in the south of Zone Number 1. Here we send laborers into deep tunnels to unearth metal from the ground, freeing trapped smoke from the depths. Using various tools, we put some of it into bottles, which the Queen sends to the other zones. The rest of it flows freely and forms the air that our lungs inhale and exhale, so we can live. Oh, so they're normal humans. It's an essential element, the first of the 4 elements. Because without smoke, people would have nothing to breathe. There we are, and so, how do I put this? What are the impure spirits? Yes, there we go. There are many specters in the mines, and they're getting more and more aggressive. But, in fact, it would be better if you didn't go there, because the regulations forbid visitors from accessing the smoke mines. So, here's what we're going to do. There's an annex in the mines that nobody ever visits. But a miner went in there some time ago. He says he saw something strange, nothing like the usual. So I thought, maybe that's the leader of the specters. So there we are. If you accept, you'll go into the annex and kill the leader of the specters. I saw leader and I thought, like, human leader that controls the ghosts, like... I mean, this is a bad analogy, but, like, how Bowser controls the Koopas in the Mario movie. Then the specters will disappear and we can do our jobs again. There we go. Do you have any questions? No. There we go, there we know. Great, impeccable. The tunnel is right down there, and I will wait for you here. Well, do you understand? You go down into the annex and kill the leader of the specters. Then after you're done, we can get back to work. That would be great. I'm gonna save. It's a big stairs. Oh, hey, there's the judge. Well, what do we have here? Is that not cool and his charming jumping jack the batter? Are you the leader of the specters? No, certainly not. I am only passing through, not unlike the smoke, which is extracted from this pale and metallic place. However, I believe I know where the one you take for an ectoplasm can be found. To tell the truth, I am perplexed. I believe this is one of those peculiar things which is called a spherical add-on. Ah, great, this game has DLC. I've tried my level best to make it my own, but the operation has failed most systematically. But I'm thinking perhaps you, who are not of the physical order of things, could succeed in binding this spiritual entity to your own. I invite you to attempt to retrieve the spherical add-on floating up and down below my hairy derriere. Add-on Alpha has joined you. What an exceptionally intriguing phenomenon. I must admit that I remain perplexed by this unexpected metaphysical reaction. Well then, since it is chosen to accompany you, I can only advise you to make the best possible use of it. Okay. The leader of the specters isn't here? Most, emotion experienced in a single batter line. I fear I must respond with my sincerest apologies in the negative. Save for this add-on, I have not crossed paths with a single moving soul. There's nothing here, it's just the sort of place for which I have a particular affection. What you seek is certainly located elsewhere. Oh, there's the spherical add-on right there. It's an alpha. It's got a saturated string, which is a special attack with low... What? What did that say? With low impact. I thought it said input for a second. Ah, you've returned. So have you killed the leader of the specters? No, it wasn't there. Oh, really? Dang. Oh gosh. Well then, I guess I'll have to let you enter the main gorges in that case. But, the regulations prohibit it. Alright, but I suppose this would be an extraordinary case as defined in paragraph 5. So, good. Primary minds are on the right. He reminds me a lot of Proto, just with social anxiety. That's an interesting thought. There. Oh, thank you for allowing the kids, my good sir. Will you find the leader of the Spectres? Well, it would be great if that were possible. Well, yes, it would be great. Alright, I'll come back. I just gotta save. Go back to Damien. I mean, I can't really make fun of the names of locations in this game because, I mean, the names of locations in Omnifate are quite strange. I mean, with Ardent and Lurid and stuff like that. In my head, pronounce the name of the location in Omnifate as Ardent. Just pronounce it as like Ardent. But the actual word is pronounced Ardent. I have an ardent belief in something. There are phantoms down there. They keep us from doing our jobs properly. But this is my break time anyway. I don't have time to care about this because it's my job break. What are you doing here? Are you one of the mine inspectors? Hey, don't give me a chance to talk about it. You've come to eliminate the specters? That's good news. There are phantoms in all the tunnels. Be careful, sir. And besides, who let you in here? The regulations normally prohibit visitors from outside. The batter doesn't like to talk about who let him in there. Oh, I like this music. Show yourselves, corrupted children, and the voice of forgiveness come to eliminate your wretched forms. Their sin is keeping them alive. Oh, that was easy. Much easier than summoning Savannah. Prepare yourselves to suffer my judgment. I'm unsure how I feel about this music. It's good. But it's like very different from what I thought the music would be right here. Oh, it's like it's spiking. No. I guess that was probably the critical hit. Also, I just noticed the side of the screen says battle time, which I suppose makes more sense with the music they decided to play right here. Like, it fits the mood. Adversaries purified. This add-on is fighting by my side. That's useful. Let's purify the other galleries. I suppose it wasn't DLC. The yellow blocks don't allow you to return to the nothingness. Okay. Like in the music. This block prevents access to the ballast of the facility. Wanted to make a joke there, but I couldn't think really of a joke to make. I'm working on being productive. I can't tell if this one has social anxiety or is just scared. Magnolia. Might as well save and get my health back. It's not like the save blocks are gonna go anywhere. Might as well use them. 2 pieces of Belial's meat have been found. Cures all negative status effects. I can't access the eastern bells either. What? Did you come from the smoke mines? Yes. But it's full of specters in there. Yes. Are you a specter? No. Then who are you? Were you sent here by the Queen? Or by Dedan? They have a monarchy. No. But you still know how to fight the specters. You could destroy them. Yes. Oh, that would be great. But there are, specters in the big barns. Barns? Yes. You're here at the metal farmsteads of Pentel, on the east side of Zone 1. Job is to cut livestock in two and extract the metal rocks from behind the carcasses. All the low-grade metal is discarded, forming the ground we walk on. The rest is purified and worked to create objects. So, yeah, I guess the ground is metal. That's a bit strange. Some of it is loaded into crates and sent to the other zones also, so that they can have objects on ground too, I guess. Is an essential element, the first of the four elements. Metal? But I thought smoke was the first of the four elements. I guess without metal, people would have nothing to walk on, and they would sink and drown. Or, you know, you could get grass. There, and so there are specters in the big barns. I must purify the mines first. Ah, yes, but the barns aren't that big, and, it'd be good if you took care of them fast, because the Queen's Inspector is going to arrive any moment. So, please, could you do the barns first? Alright. Haha, great, thank you so much. The barns are over there to the right. They aren't big at all, you'll see, it'll all be done super quickly. Barns are over there to your right. Random just pillars that serve no purpose. These balls are heaps of worked metal which are going to be sent to other zones. They're metallic. I thought they were like bushes or something. You're going to destroy the specters? Hurry up, we're expecting the Queen's Inspector any moment. Okay. I forgot to... 5 specters remain. It's important to pay close attention to the nutrition of the animals if you want high-quality metal. Wait, so if they're walking on metal, then what do they eat? He said it was important to pay attention to the nutrition of the animals. So do they, like, poop out metal or something? You'll run with courage on the Fat Spectre because it seems like it would be more powerful than the regular specters because it's bigger, and usually that means more powerful in RPGs. Oh yay, my circle leveled up. That's... Is his dialogue box another enemy? It is. It's weak to meat. Well, I do have Belial's meat, but I don't think I can, like, attack with that. Only 3 specters left. Well, I'll save to get my health back. The is, haste. Baneful ectoplasmic incarnation. Oh, it's only it's one. Let's try to use that recently. I think I'm gonna save the other two specters for next time. Um, and this was my first time doing a Let's Play, so I don't know how it turned out, but yeah, I'm gonna edit this, I'm gonna post it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yep, this has been my first time playing off. I will probably be recording another episode at some point in the next couple of days.